Hello! Welcome to Story Reckless. I'm Nathan. I'll be your DM this evening. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm going to pass it over to our players real quick so they can give their quick intros for tonight.
My name's Claire, my pronouns are they, them, and I'm playing Little Creature, who you'll meet, probably, today.
Who is this? I don't know who this is. Hello, my name is Olive. I use she and they pronouns, and I'm playing Lovelace, Centaur Pilgrim. I am on a religious experience. It's good. I'm sure it'll be fine. We split the party. That goes well.
Yeah. And yeah, if anyone is joining us for the first time this evening, welcome. Thank you for joining us. We're starting a brand new story this evening. And yeah, let's just jump right into it. There's no real recap to do today since, yeah, we're just going right in. Give me 1 second here. I just got to get settled. I was kind of running around a little bit before this started, literally running around, so...
He was, in and out of frame.
Yeah. So, let me... Sorry. Whoa!
Like a Scooby-Doo character, just like going off one side, coming in.
Pretty much.
Being chased by things.
Okay.
Chasing things.
All right. We're going to do this now. So, I am going to switch over to just Lovelace because Little Creature is not here right now. So, goodbye, Claire. Goodbye, Little Creature. All right. Oh, let me fix that real quick, Olive. You were kind of off center. New setup. Who dis? Here we go. So, thank you for joining us this evening, and to get started with our story, we see rolling hills and plains as the sun sets blood red to the west. We can see a squirming mass, a horde of creatures moving across the plains, and on the eastern horizon there's a spotted black patch of forest right on the eastern horizon. In this twilight, we can hear the cackling cries of hyenas echoing across these plains, coming from that mass, moving ever slowly to the north. There seem to be almost tendrils of creatures moving out from this mass like some sort of ant horde at this distance. We slowly push down towards the plains, towards the grasses. And as we get low within the grass, we can see a lone centaur woman carefully slinking through the grass, hearing the cackling cries of whatever these creatures may be far off in the distance. Lovelace, would you like to describe what you look like?
Yes, so Lovelace is a centaur with human torso, kind of like just charcoal black, like horse half. She is loaded out with various weapons, just kind of like strapped to like her sides as saddles, lots of like long pointy sticks, and 2 short swords at her side. She has elaborately braided hair, reaching kind of like just to where her top half meets her horse half, and like a red vest, a like little red bandana, and currently she is having a little bit of an outdoorsy time. There's like twigs in her hair, just like face and like clothes smeared with mud. She hasn't had like real time to like relax or like bathe. Just dead center focused on not being detected by this ravening horde.
And Lovelace, you've been traveling now for about 4 days at a pretty good clip, and you know that you were getting close to where your destination is. And in fact, as you come up a little rise in a hill, you can see off in the distance, probably a good 5 miles out, the border of the forest. this dark looming shape off in the distance, and you hear those cackles coming from the north as the blood red sun behind you is starting to dip below the horizon.
And I thought I'd
Go
be
ahead.
looking for safety in the woods. She kind of mumbles to herself.
Yes, and as you do, you start to kind of trot down into this little ravine almost, with these boulders kind of clustered in the bottom of this little ravine, making your way through the tall grasses. And it's at this point that you hear behind you the grasses moving.
Freeze.
You,
Slowly turn.
you hear, as you're slowly turning, this low. And as you turn and look, coming out from behind one of the boulders, lumbering out, looking dead at you, is this massive hyena. It is bigger than a horse, huge, curved back, rippling with muscle, but you can see there's something off. It is bloated and kind of just disproportioned in size, and its side seems to be pushing out at a weird angle around its stomach, like it's lopsided, but it's slowly slinking out from behind this boulder, looking straight at you. What do you do?
Spear out, slowly turn. I don't think that I can kill it before it makes a noise. I'm just going to try to position myself in a way that I can make a break for it
Okay.
as soon as it makes a hostile move.
Okay.
Every muscle in my body just tensing, ready to run.
Okay. As we see Lovelace standing there, spear out, tense, we can hear in the distance a whoop, 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 and this creature starts to slink towards you, lowering its head. And it goes into a charge. Roll for initiative.
Whew. Let's go!
Alrighty.
Big money, big money. That's 6 money.
Wait, did you roll in which dice? I don't see your roll. Are you in the...
I did not join the room.
Oh, my bad. Or not my bad. I got not a great initiative roll either.
Is it better than 6?
You got a 6?
I got a 6.
I got a 4. Yeah. Hold on, my tracker is not working for some reason.
I think we both were
Not that it matters.
just being very polite. We're just you rip each other's throat, or you rip my throat out. No, you rip my throat out. Let's go.
All right, let me switch over.
We're going.
All right, here we go. So let me switch you over to the battle map so you can actually see what you're doing. So you got a 6, it got a 4. You get to go first. What do you do, Lovelace? It's about 50 feet from you, 45 feet away, and it is starting to charge at you. What do you do?
I think any time I spend here, we'll just let the further away hordes get closer. Which direction are the woods? Do I have to get past it?
No, it is actually it is behind you, so it would be chasing you if you make a break for the woods. The woods are to the east, so you've been moving east from the coast.
Okay, I feel comfortable with this. Let's chuck a javelin at it.
Okay, go for it.
Or going. So I'm just gonna.
I believe that's at disadvantage at this range, right? Because 30 feet for javelin. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but I'll attack recklessly.
Okay, go for it.
It's not gonna get close to me. So that's a flat roll. 9 to hit.
9 to hit. Does not hit. So the javelin just you throw it, it goes past it as it and it starts to go into a charge. What would you like to do next?
I'll throw a second javelin at it. Let's go.
Go for it.
Okay. So I did roll 2 at once.
Okay.
And so the second one's a 23.
23, that does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
7 piercing damage.
Okay. Yeah, it hits into its side as it begins to lurch forward. You still have your movement and bonus action.
Yeah, let's just book it. So I got 50 feet of movement speed, baby.
Okay, so you just
Let's-
start running, which is
all
probably
the way
off
to
the
the edge of the
map,
map.
which is fine. This isn't like a super tactical battle by any means.
Mhm.
So you go 50 feet away. It is 45 feet away from you. So it is going to move 50 feet and then dash 50 feet. So it catches right up to you.
That's not good.
And it comes right up on you, but it is unable to bite you at this point. So you're both in a full sprint as it's trying to chase you down. What do you do, Lovelace?
I think she just stops and wheels. She's like, okay, that's how it's gonna be.
Mhm.
Pulls out the two short swords,
Mhm.
just like in a cross, and try to like
Yeah, go for it. Make your attacks.
cut its throat. Question is, do I want to rage? Yeah, let's rage. Let's
Okay.
go.
Okay.
And then attack recklessly again. So this is with advantage. Two short swords. Double crit, baby.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
Whoa. 33 points of damage. Oh my goodness. So with that one strike, just you cut straight across its throat, and it's not quite dead yet. So is that both your attacks?
That's both my attacks. I also have a offhand short sword attack.
Yeah. Well, wait. Did you rage?
Oh, I did rage
Yeah.
though. So that's
So
that's the bonus
it's gonna
action.
get one bite on you. So it's going to try to bite
Oh wait,
you.
that wasn't with my rage bonus damage. So it should be 4 more on top of that.
4 more damage.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, it's not quite dead.
It's not dead.
It's barely alive. It is like trembling, trying to hold its weight up, and it's just going to try to bite you. You do see as it lurches forward to bite you, its side, that kind of distended portion of its stomach, seems to be kind of moving, and it's going to lash out to try to bite you. 14 to hit.
15 armor class. Yeah, I'm doing so good.
So you manage to catch its jaw with your blade and push it out of the way. Shing!
Yeah.
Go ahead and what do you want to do next?
I'm going to finish this thing off.
Go for it. It looks like it's barely holding on.
Okay. Action and bonus action. So this is 3 attacks,
Okay.
3 rages, 23, 16, and another crit.
Yeah, those all hit, and so Lovelace, how do you kill it? As it's there, like head off to the side, huge gash in its throat.
I think like it's just the double slash, and it's like it kind of like tries to paw at me.
Mhm.
And I think I just like dismember each of its arms. It like collapses in the dust, and
Yeah.
then just like with a final blow, just like stab straight down into its head.
As the blade goes through into the dirt and you start to lift it up, you see that bulging part of its stomach, which suddenly tears, and you watch as these odd, like, fleshy balls just like spill out the side, and you see them kind of unfold with these strange appendages. And you watch as they peel apart like a melon, revealing just this maw of teeth with rows and rows of teeth. These two creatures just. Hey, I'm gonna roll initiative for them.
It's gotta cause heartburn or something.
So those are. Let me get these guys really quick. Let's see what they get. Let's
No chance that the other attacks on my turn could have like gone through to them.
No.
Okay.
Sorry. I forgot that I had to roll initiative over here. Okay, so they got a 17. So they do get to react as they come tumbling out. And they're gonna lash out at you. They kind of with these like 4 appendages come skittering at you, and the jaws just open up, and there's these weird fleshy orange eyes that peel open on the sides.
I don't like those.
So here we go. 2 attacks on you, an 18 and a 13.
18 hits.
Okay, so 16 points of piercing damage. You are raging, right?
I am, so that's only 8 damage.
Okay, go for it. 8 damage, and now there are these 2 creatures right there at your side.
Let's see how tough you are. Let's take an attack.
Okay.
Let's go. Again, attacking recklessly with advantage. 22 first attack.
That hits.
Let's re-roll that 2 because I have Piercer. Okay, went down to a 1, so just 8 damage on the first attack.
Okay.
25 on the second attack.
That hits.
And then on the second attack is 9 total damage.
9 total damage. Okay, that one is still hanging on as you slash into it, and they're both going to try to...
Hold up,
Oh.
I got my offhand attack.
Yep.
Which is another 25.
Yeah, that hits.
And 5 more damage.
Whew. Okay, this thing looks pretty damn hurt. But they're both hanging on, and they're both going to try to latch onto you and start gnawing on your haunches. So here we go.
Y'all are tougher
Dude,
puppies.
I'm rolling real high. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. What's going on?
Okay, so 10 damage on the first and 6 on the second, so those are both halved. So 5 and 3. How you doing, Lovelace?
I'm down to 39 and 55.
Okay. Let's do this. You got this.
Let's go. Let's finish these puppies off. How do I want to do this actually? I think I don't want to take some more hits. So I would like to take the disengage action.
Okay. Yeah.
And move 50 feet more off to the right.
Gotcha. So you start galloping, you push away from them, start galloping away from them, and you do see that their movement is slower than yours. They are unable to keep up as they're... And they start to disappear into the grass as you go galloping away.
Well, I think I would like to do then.
Yeah.
It's like do kind of like a series of hit and runs.
Okay.
Where like I can have like my pike run up to them, stab one at distance, and then like run away again.
Okay, so that would you would run 50 feet back. They would dash to get up to you, but I guess yeah.
Oh yeah, if they like can reach all 50 feet by dashing.
Yeah, I mean they would, yeah.
Okay, if they do that, then let's just kill them.
Just kill them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
I just wanted to see if they were like a little bit slower, I could probably
Yeah, unfortunately they have a movement of 30. They are they're decently quick.
Okay, cool. So picture this, but off to the right, 50 feet. Okay, let's go. One more swing.
Okay, go for it.
These are with the short swords again, 16 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
12 damage.
Okay. So that first one you were hitting, it is killed with that first hit with your sword. It falls over dead.
And then the second one, they're all going to be hits too for 13 total damage. Let's re-roll that 2. Becomes a 1 again, so 12 total damage.
All right, well, that one's still up. So now there's just the one there, and it is going to jump up once more, trying to latch onto your haunches. And for a, come on, 22 to hit. So another 6 points of damage, so reduced to 3.
Okay. Glad I raged. Okay, let's finish this puppy off. Literally. 25, 20, and 25 to hit.
Yes, those all hit.
For a total of 28 damage.
Yes, that one is... It is eviscerated by your strikes, and it falls dead on the ground.
Cool. I would like to go and retrieve my javelins and then get out of dodge because I hear them coming in the distance.
Yes, so you gallop over and pick up your javelins, and as you do in fact hear those yips getting closer. So, Lovelace, what do you do to try to escape these gnolls that are coming towards the sound of this combat.
Good question. What's the terrain here like? Is it all
It
like
is
just
rolling-
mountains, open?
It's rolling
No.
hills with tall grass, and there are sporadic areas where there's boulders and little like gullies that drop down.
Mm-hmm. I think I would like to see if I can find a stream or any kind of like water feature.
Okay.
And then gallop down that to help throw off any scents.
Okay. Make a survival check for me.
Okay. Survival is +5. D20. Let's go. 11.
11. Okay. Unfortunately, as you are searching for a stream, let's see here. You are searching around for a stream, galloping away from the sounds, and you do see there's a little gully that you drop down into, but it is a dry, just dried up riverbed of some kind, or a little creek bed.
You know what? It's
Dust
going to be easier for
billows
me
up.
to like run across a riverbed probably than.
And
I don't
as
know,
you drop
overground.
down,
Oh yeah.
you do hear behind you and two gnolls drop down behind you, pulling their spears out. What do? You gonna
I
run,
definitely
fight?
cannot run these guys. Let's just go.
Okay. Go ahead and make an athletics check for me as you go taking off down this dry creek.
Okay, that's +7. Dirty 20.
No problem, Lovelace. You just start galloping off away from these things, and you hear them as they turn their necks, and you hear them go, and one grabs what looks like a little, like, gnarled wooden horn and just, and you can hear more gnolls approaching. So Lovelace, as you are galloping down this dried creek bed, eventually you do start to see mud forming, and eventually you come into water splashing up around you, and up ahead you can see that dark tree line as the sun is setting lower and lower in the sky, and you're starting to see little stars appear above the forest in front of you. But unfortunately you can hear the sounds of more gnolls approaching, and you hear that kind of, what you realize is the lower sound of those massive hyenas, the one that you just fought, just and you can hear the sounds in the distance of what do you do next to try to escape this horde that is pursuing you?
Mud, huh? Don't want to. Okay, I think I will run along one side of the riverbank, along the mud where I can, and then once it looks like it starts to get hard to cross, try to jump across the whole thing in one go, because I bet I can jump pretty good.
Okay, so like you're gonna run along this dried creek bed, and then as it opens up into a wider stream, you're going to try to leap across like a deeper section. Okay.
Yeah. So if they're coming up behind me, they're gonna have to probably double back and like go around or get caught up in the stream.
Okay. This will be another athletics check for me. Go ahead.
Okay. D20 +7. 22.
Okay, so you see the forest about a mile away as you start following this creek, and eventually you see it peels off and it turns into a like small river that seems to be heading south, and you start following this river, and as you do you can hear those sounds getting closer, and you look behind you and you see two massive hyenas galloping up behind you, and riding atop them are two gnolls with bows, and you see them pull the bows out, and they have that like dripping goo on the fronts of the tips that, you know, when they hit you last time it slowed your speed. But as they're approaching, you see what looks to be a big deep pool, and the water's rushing, and you gallop over, and what do?
I leap, baby.
And a bunch of rocks go cascading over the riverbank into the water. And I think
there might be like a stone or something like in the middle of the riverbank that I just like land on and like
Oh.
push off,
Yeah.
which causes it to go like tumbling down
Oh,
the
nice.
river.
Okay, yeah, so you hit that stone, and as you put all your weight on it, you do see it gives, and you manage to leap to the other side as it goes under the water and starts tumbling down the rapids. You land on the other side and look across, seeing those hyenas coming up, and they're getting ready to shoot at you from across the river. They will get 2 shots off on you as you are on the other side, but it looks like they're probably not going to be able to leap over. So here we go, 2 longbow shots. They have a really big range, so an 11 and
Nope.
a 6. Okay, so you manage to duck as the 2 arrows, and they both, and they rear back on the hyenas. And you hear them look back towards the other yipping, and they start chattering to them. But Lovelace, you can see the forest is probably about a quarter mile away.
It's just dead sprint, whatever is the easiest.
Yeah.
way to
So
run.
you start to sprint. As you're running towards the forest, you can hear that yipping from behind, and looking over your shoulder, you do see those 2 gnolls are just trying to keep pace on the other side of the river. Periodically, arrows are but you see the trees up ahead, and as you duck into the forest, the cover of the trees sending you into darkness as what little sunlight is disappearing, you can hear the hyenas behind you start to go into the brush, and then you hear their riders go and they pull back, and they seem to have stopped pursuit as you into the forest with the thick brush around you. And as you go deeper into the forest, you just hear those cries starting to get more and more distant.
I hope it doesn't end up that I got outsmarted by gnolls and they know better for them than I do.
And you have now entered within the darkness of the woods of Sharp Teeth as the sun has set and all light is now left. Luckily, you have...
Yeah. So Lovelace, at this point, as like darkness sets in, turns to like one of her side pouches, pulls out a pair of like goggles with kind of like these like golden feathers, kind of like embossed into them, and places them over her eyes, which brings the forest into this kind of like low light relief.
Yes, and you see it. It's like this black and white image just out in front of you, 60 feet. You can see all the tangled, gnarled branches. This is a old, gnarled, tangled forest that you have in front of you, so travel is going to be a bit slow for your centaur form, but you are small for a centaur, so you're able to navigate it. It is evening, Lovelace. Do you want to continue pressing into the woods, or what would you like to do?
I am just like panting heavily, so I think I slow down to ta-chunk, 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 just like a trot. Lean up against one of the trees. Okay, I'm here. I'm here.
The hyenas
Here's
are
the-
still in the distance.
Hyenas in the distance. Okay. Steadies myself, and even like with them yipping, I think I'm gonna like more carefully start just like making my way deeper in,
Okay.
looking for any kind of good place to stop for the night, maybe.
Okay. Go ahead and make a survival check.
That's a 15.
Okay. Yeah, as you are pushing deeper into this forest, you start to hear the sounds of the forest around you, the low calls of night birds, some insects chittering and chirping within the trees as it is summer, and the heat of the day is still pretty present within these the boughs of these trees. As you're moving through, you see a little pulse of light on the ground, like a tendril, almost like a vein coursing through the soil. And this is something you're familiar with, you've seen before. And it starts to off to like the northeast, just. You see other smaller tendrils that dissipate quickly, but much like an artery, they're kind of. What would you like to do?
I mean, again, I'm here, but there's not a rush, so I'm not gonna just follow it to exhaustion.
Okay.
I think my priority tonight is just like finding a safe place.
Yeah, you
Wait till
look
morning.
you look off to the side, and as you're going deeper in, you do see there is an old tree that has kind of fallen over that creates a little nook that looks like you could probably lie down within. That would kind of keep you out of sight from anything nearby. It has some thick moss kind of hanging over one side. But yeah, so you bed down for the evening?
Let's set up camp.
Okay, easy enough. You set up camp and settle in for the evening. As you drift off into sleep, you are greeted with visions of light and networks. Resting there, you see like a circulatory system, or the complex structure of neurons going through a body. You just see these tendrils of light coursing in front of you in darkness. You find yourself almost being pulled, following the pulse of this light.
I'm not going to let myself be pulled faster than I choose to go.
Okay, go ahead and make a wisdom save for me.
All right. 11.
11. Try as you might to slow this pull, you are unable to control it, and you feel yourself just being drawn along with this current. And again, it's very abstract. It's just a dark black environment with these little pulsing lines. And you can see some that shoot out, seems like into infinity, just into the darkness. As you are pulled further and further along, you eventually watch as all of these networks seem to start coalescing on a point. You see some coming from the far distance, and there appears to be a shape appearing in front of you. It's something rising up out of the darkness. It appears to almost be another network rising up out of this darkness in front of you.
Another network.
It looks, as you get closer and closer, to be like a tree, a large stalk rising up with more tendrils and veins arching outwards. And you see little wisps of light shooting off into the darkness above until they dissipate.
I'll reach out and place my hand on it.
Okay, as you
Do I know you?
As you go to reach out and place your hand on it, the light from this strange tree seems to overwhelm you, and it blots out your vision. And when you blink your eyes, you just see that one beam of sunlight is shining through the leaves above right onto your face as you wake up in this forest.
Yeah, I got the memo. I'm here, all right.
All
What
right.
do you want? Getting to sound like Kadam.
What would you like to do next, Lovelace?
I am going to deliberately, maybe because I feel out of control, and so I'm grasping for things that I do have control over.
Mhm.
Make breakfast, do some stretching, like drills in the morning, and then like just go through this kind of like ritualistic process of fixing up my uh, very messy hair,
Yeah.
um, unbraiding it, and then just putting these like interwoven like French braids in.
Okay.
Then I get ready, pack up all my stuff, and I don't know where I am or where I'm going. Um,
Uh,
just try to like look for any waypoints like in a video game, like a floating line. You're like, where's the next quest marker?
Well, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
All right, all right. Ooh, that's good.
Whoa.
That's 24, baby.
Goodness. Um, as you collect yourself, take a breath in, look around. You see a pulse of light in the soil, and it does seem to be going in a north eastern direction.
Gonna just walk on after it. Very much trying to pay attention to my surroundings.
Okay. I'll let that perception check ride as you start heading off into the woods. Following this beam of light as you go, it is. This forest is very dark when you're within it, with just these little rays of light shining through. The canopy is incredibly dense and thick, almost like woven together. You see lots of oak in this forest, not like the oaks we have here in California, but more what you'd find on like the East Coast. They're bigger with big, broad leaves, but they do have that kind of gnarled look to them. There are some other trees mingled throughout that have more waxy leaves, and they're giving off this really pleasant scent as you move through the underbrush. There's very thick underbrush as you're moving through, big, lush ferns growing out of areas, as well as big beds of moss on the trunks of lots of these trees. So moving through is relatively quiet as you're stepping on this kind of soft surface. Every once in a while there'll be an errant branch that kind of, and moving through you just hear the distant sounds of all the birds and insects. And as the day goes on and you start to feel that heat rising up from the forest floor, almost being trapped within here, you can hear the chittering and hissing of insects starting to grow in intensity. You hear that kind of incessant sound of cicadas. I don't actually know if that's coming through on the mic, by the way, so if anybody in chat, it's coming in through for you? Okay, cool. We were having issues earlier where when I made sounds like that, it would just cut out. But yes, you hear the sound of the cicadas growing louder and louder as the day progresses. Cool. Thank you, Winged Scribe. About halfway through the day, you do hear something far up ahead. Mostly fuzz, yeah. You hear something far up ahead. You hear what sounds like a grunt of like effort and a impact on the forest floor, and then kind of a leaves getting scattered, and then and then you hear someone. What languages do you know?
Common and Sylvan.
Okay, so you don't understand the language, but you hear somebody like cry out in a language that you don't. Let's see if you would. I don't know. You maybe have heard it. Make a quick, do like a history check for me. This will be relatively low.
All right, that's straight D20.
Yeah, let's see.
That's a 7.
Okay, so you don't recognize it. It sounds like familiar, but you can't place exactly what it is. But you hear somebody cry out in kind of a gruff voice as they shout and scream.
Okay, I
What do you
heard
do?
what I interpret to be a knoll, so we're going in.
Okay, what do you do?
I'm just gonna break out into a trot with
Okay.
I think my pike out at the ready.
Okay.
Kind of like a charging position.
Okay, so you're gonna just go straight over towards the sound.
Yep.
Okay, so you start,
That's
and
how
the
Lovelace
brush and dust starts ripping around you, and you can hear this fight getting louder as you approach. And as you burst out into a clearing, you can see there is a gnoll wrestling with a hobgoblin in this clearing on the fourth floor as they kind of, and as the hobgoblin gets flung off to the side as the gnoll pushes with its powerful legs, the hobgoblin with its heavy armor, and as they stand up, you see this hobgoblin woman, and on her breastplate you see what looks to be like a very crudely painted gauntleted fist with flames and red. It looks like a flaming fist symbol, but very crudely painted on her breastplate, and she has her sword out, panting, and the gnoll has a large gash across their back with their spear out.
I'm gonna run that sucker down. Cavalry have arrived.
Okay, go ahead and... Oh, yeah, we'll call... well, they would have heard you come through, so let's do a quick initiative roll and see if they can react to you charging in. Let me check my notes here. Hold on, sorry. Keep that number in your head.
It's in my head.
I mean, I guess it's right there. I can see it right there, yeah. Okay, sorry, I need to roll here. Okay, and you got a 17, so they got an 18, so they are able to react. They see you coming, and they push out of the way, and they are going to draw their spear as you come running up on them, and they're going to try to jab you as you come charging them.
Well, my stick is bigger.
I rolled a 7 and a 5, so go ahead. You can make an attack.
At advantage, I don't think I'm gonna bother raging.
Okay.
It's too early in the day. That's a crit and a 12.
Okay, go. Yep. 12. 12 does not hit, so just the crit hits.
Okay.
18 damage.
Let's re-roll the 2.
19.
Comes a 3, so
Okay.
19 damage.
Okay. So you is this with your spear?
This is with my
Or your
pike.
pike.
Yes.
Okay. So you
And so
run up.
I'm gonna run up, attack them at range, and then try to peel off a little bit and keep my distance again.
Okay. Oh, right. So they wouldn't be able to get an attack of opportunity because you have the pike gets the 10 foot. Nice. Okay. So you slam into them and pull the pike out as you rear off to the side and go over to kind of rear off to one side of the clearing. You see that hobgoblin kind of and get their sword ready. The gnoll.
I would like to try to stay on opposite sides.
Yeah.
So we have it surrounded.
So you're both surrounding this gnoll, and you see the gnoll, and it looks over to kind of past you, Lovelace, and
Oh no, that's not good.
and it goes. Roll a perception check for me.
Okay. 22.
22. You see as you look in the direction where this gnoll looked, you just barely catch as what looks to be like a small gnoll pup in the brush that and pushes away and tries to go further into the brush. And then this gnoll wheels around towards you with its spear out and is looking over its shoulder at the hobgoblin, who the hobgoblin now. I should roll for them.
Don't do this to me, Nathan. Don't do this.
I need my. Sorry. It's not ready for this.
Not ready for the bad guys to be good guys. Not ready for moral ambiguity.
Sorry, forgive me, everybody, for slowing down the momentum of the story here as I fiddle with this character sheet. Okay, yeah, so the hobgoblin is going to run towards this knoll. You did 19 damage, right? Okay, I need to keep track of that. Alright, I'm gonna just do this very rough and ready here. Okay, 19. Okay, the hobgoblin's gonna charge towards this knoll and is going to make a two-handed longsword attack. And gets, oh wow, a 21 to hit. So that hits. And it's gonna do 1d10 plus 1. So 9 points of damage as it slams into this knoll. And that would take us to the knoll's turn. Oh, okay. So yeah, the hobgoblin slams into the knoll. And it's starting to... And it's going to wheel around with its spear, trying to hit this hobgoblin. Does... Yeah? Okay. So before that happens, though, what do you do? Someone that is off screen.
Lovelace, from one of the trees kind of across the way from you, you just see a head poke out of the foliage and make direct eye contact. Rather small, bright yellow eyes, green skin that almost blends in with the foliage of the oak tree, but a bright purple and pink, like, flower upside down on their head that's like blind. Surprised that you didn't notice it earlier.
I mean, I've been focused on noise. My attention has been drawn, but yeah, I think like Lovelace just like looks up and like then does a double take. It's like, oh yeah, that flower kind of looked like it had a face. That flower had a face. And I think that's enough to like make her like flinch and like be like, are we surrounded?
Mm-hmm.
Was this a trap?
One moment before we continue the story, because a bunch of distracting stuff just happened. My face has frozen. I'm assuming people can still hear me. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna try to fix whatever the heck is happening with my screen. I'm so sorry to stop the story like this. What in the world happened?
It's frozen on a great frame.
It's a good frame.
My suspicion is... Oh, did you just take a picture?
Yeah, I did. It's good. I'll share it with you later.
My suspicion is that I probably bumped my PC and it caused it probably hit my like USB or something and it froze my damn camera.
Just your face.
I don't know what to do.
Set a new Twitch banner background, I think.
Oh no. I mean, I guess I can just leave it on my face like that. I'm so sorry, everybody. Why did this happen? What happened?
Can you switch it to a different video input?
Maybe. Oh, my camera is just straight up off. Why did my camera turn off? Yeah, we describe it happened because we were doing too well. Thanks. You know, Operation, that's a good idea. I should turn it off and back on again. Okay, hold on. Where's the darn? I don't even know what.
I'm just that startling.
Yeah.
Truly. And of course it had to happen on that moment.
Right, yes.
Character introduction.
Thanks for bearing with us, folks.
Yeah, thank you and sorry.
And it's like time stands still. The
Very
pollen comes through.
no lashes to speak of, at least not at this distance. And actually, now that you're taking a better look, because you have the time, no eyebrows either. Just brow ridges, very prominent cheekbones, ears that kind of are pushed out because of the weight of the flower on top of the head. What else? Pointed chin.
Pointed chin.
Mm-hmm.
Are they kind eyes? Are they?
Make an insight check.
Okay, I will. Insight is +2. D20 +2. That's 9.
Hard to tell. There's a lot going on right now.
I depend on eyebrows to know what somebody's thinking.
Well, in that case, I am deeply mysterious.
You are. You're in a tree. Is it too much of a spoiler to know what's like going on through your head right now, and like what your perception of the situation is?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You might get the privilege of that later.
Okay.
We'll see. And we've entirely lost Nathan now. At least on our end as well.
You could be raising an eyebrow at me at this very moment, and we wouldn't even know it.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan could be too.
What kind of flower is it? Bright purple and pink. I don't have a name for it. It's a fantasy flower that I made up.
It's probably that same the same plant family as broccoli and kale and stuff. What's that one called?
Oh, Brassiflora?
Yeah, I bet it's a brassiflora. Everything's a brassiflora.
Oh, Nathan's got his picture back. Nathan, would you be comfortable just continuing with voice? Oh, now I can't hear you.
I can't hear you now.
Great.
Oh, audio is back. Let me see if I can just add dot dot dot. I think are going to be the stream's final words.
Yes.
We can hear you.
Okay. I'm not sure if they can hear you. Okay.
They can't hear
Okay. We're gonna hopefully briefly, stop streaming, and we'll be back momentarily.
We'll be back momentarily. It's good. Thank you for your patience. Business email tip. Don't say like sorry for this. Say thank you for your flexibility. That's a life tip. It'll go far. See you soon. Nathan's been canceled.
No.
Nathan's been.
We picked up an extra viewer somewhere along the way.
We did?
Hi.
Did we?
Hello, friends.
They wanted to
We're doing-
watch. They want to watch this disaster. Yeah. Oh, okay, here we go. Now you should be able to hear me.
Yay! We're
Wait.
doing good.
Oh my
Little
goodness.
creature is so powerful. Their mere presence ripples across the multiverse.
Holy moly. Okay. Jesus. Fuck.
Hey.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for bearing with us. That was. I literally bumped my PC and everything broke. I've been talking about getting a new PC for probably over a year now, and this was a very good. Yeah. Okay. All right. Welcome back. This is part 2, because now it's 2 parts. So we're only gonna stream here for about 30 minutes, and we'll wrap this episode up tonight. And thank you for bearing with us, and let us get right back into it. So where we left off, what happened was there was a hobgoblin and a gnoll getting in a fight in the clearing. Lovelace came charging out, bursting through the trees to fight off this gnoll. Managed to stab it once with her pike before peeling away, and in that moment the gnoll looked over its shoulder and barked something into the bushes, and as Lovelace looked, Lovelace saw what appeared to be a tiny gnoll pup that looked frightened and ran off into the brush as this gnoll whipped back towards the hobgoblin and Lovelace, looking between the two of them, getting ready to fight. And at that moment, Lovelace noticed... Claire?
Me.
Little creature, yes. If you would like to describe yourself again, please.
Yes. You see, like a good 6 or 8 feet in the air, a small green face with large, kind of bat-like ears, big golden eyes, pointed chin sticking out at you, like making direct eye contact, with a large flower sitting upside down on top of its head, bright pink and purple. Just.
And when you say 6 to 8 feet up in the air, do you mean up in a tree?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not floating. At least as far as you can tell.
Just for clarification, yes. So up in a tree, looking down at Lovelace, just staring. Okay, and little creature, it is your turn. Do you do anything, or do you just stare at Lovelace?
I'm staring at Lovelace.
Okay, so then it comes to the top of the round, which is the gnoll's turn. So the gnoll, being with the hobgoblin right up in their face, is going to whip around with its spear and try to stab this hobgoblin twice. Which actually, I need to make sure I can change something about this stats. There we go. Okay, so it's going to whip around and stab at it with its spear twice. There we go. And only one of those hit the thick armor of this thing. And it does 9 damage. Okay, so stabbing once, it ricochets off the armor, and then it comes back with the backswing and stabs between one of the plating, pushing the hobgoblin back. It kind of stumbles, and she looks up at this gnoll, growling. They're both growling at each other. And Lovelace, it is your turn.
Addressing little creature up there. I feel I am missing some key context. Gnolls don't got kids, as far as I can tell. What's going on?
Fuck if I know.
All right. And I will charge the gnoll again, because I still have scratches from yesterday.
Okay, go for
I'm
it.
going to fall back on key indicators of race and class
Okay. Oh, no.
to make violent decisions.
Okay, go for it.
Cool. Great. Love it. Let's make some pike attacks. I am not raging. Attacking recklessly, though. That's a crit and a 22.
Both those hit.
Okay. Let's reroll that one. So 28 damage total.
Okay. With that, Lovelace, you charge down this gnoll, and you definitely end its life. Do you
just like come up behind it? It's busy with the hobgoblin, as was the plan. I just run it through.
Okay.
Straight up.
Okay, so right through its back, and it flops over on its face into the dirt, and it goes
Pull the spear out. Do not drop combat stance.
Okay.
Looking at the hobgoblin, being like, "Hello."
This hobgoblin, she's standing there panting. Hello. Thank you for that.
You with the fist?
Sort of. She's looking around. Are there any more of them?
I'm up here.
Pulls the blade up, looking up at you, little creature in the tree. Who are you?
Fuck if I know.
What the fuck? It's not a gnoll. Are you with her? Points at the gnoll on the ground.
Me?
Yeah, you.
No, I'm alive. Can't you tell?
Fucking pixie, some shit. All
It's
right.
got a point. I think I saw something else in the bushes. I'll be right back. And I'm just gonna wheel off to where I saw that kid gnoll.
Okay.
I think there are 4 of us here.
All right. So Lovelace.
Freezes. Turns. 4. Yumi then gestures at the bush.
Yeah, and this the other one, I pointed the hobgoblin.
All right. Gonna turn back towards the bushes
Okay.
and see if I can still see the kid.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. Some key context. What's going on? Dirty 20.
Okay. You push back the bush, and you don't see a pup there, but
Yeah.
you do hear probably 20 feet away brush rustling.
We're gonna go grab it if we can.
Okay. So you trot into the brush to go up to this thing. Go ahead and you're just gonna try to grab it?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make an athletics check.
I will follow her if she's gonna go out of sight.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's...
Pretty much ignoring the hobgoblin.
Okay.
Like acknowledging that there is a person here, but
Okay, so you drop down out of the tree and start trotting past this hobgoblin. She just kind of tenses as you go by. And you scurry off towards Lovelace, and Lovelace, you got a 26?
26.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, this thing rolled an 8. So, you just reach into the bush, and you feel your hand grab onto, like, kind of loose fur and skin, and pull
Just
out.
try to grab it by the scruff and like
You-
at arm's length.
And you pull out, and you see this small gnoll pup that just... and you can hear from in the bush probably 3 other little yips and yaps. And this little tiny gnoll, kind of like, it's like got almost like gold and black spots in its coloration. Very soft, kind of downy fur. It has a bit of like clothing on, just like leather clothing. But this little pup is just kind of squirming in your hand and just...
I'm getting different vibes from these gnolls. These are acting like, I don't know, creatures and not demons. I don't see any maws being vomited out from their bellies of like cursed objects. I'm gonna...
Are you saying this aloud?
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn towards this little creature,
Mm-hmm.
squirm thing in hand, and be like, "Hey, do you live here?
Yes.
Do these live here? Have you seen them before?"
Evidently, no.
Uh-huh.
Are you gonna
Evidently.
kill these 2? There are 7, actually. I think there are 7 of us.
Uh-huh. All right. You can count. That's good.
I do count.
I don't think Lovely says, "Yeah, you do," but good job. Good affirmations. Yeah, I don't really know what to make of what's going on at knee level. So I'm going to go and talk to the other medium-sized creature here. And just trot back out to the clearing.
Okay. Yeah. And you're holding the pup.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's still... Little creature, you do hear this pup is, it's squealing in protest, and it is saying, "Please, let me go! Stop! Stop it! I'm gonna bite you!" But you're just hearing Lovelace. It's going... And as you come out, Lovelace holding it by the scruff of the neck, trotting out towards this hobgoblin. The hobgoblin looks and goes, "Ah, great, the breeding." And you hear little creature, Lovelace, first thing you notice as you come out, it's squirming, and then it kind of stops, and it looks down at the body. And it just starts... But you're walking out with this thing, and the hobgoblin's standing there clutching the blade. "How many more of them in there?"
I'm going to ask a couple questions first. How long have you been here? How'd you run into these?
My unit was sent out first, and we got ambushed, completely obliterated by these things.
What are you doing in these woods? The gnolls don't come in here, I thought.
I fled into these woods. They seemed to stop and not pursue me, and then I ran into this one. and she gestures over, and you can see there's like a half-skinned deer carcass lying over in the brush. Grabbing some food, I presume. So I attacked. What else was I supposed to do? Fucking no. You should have seen what they did to my unit.
You can. They're about half a mile back that way. If you want.
What's half a mile?
Your unit. Or what's left of it. Is that what you call a group of you? A unit?
Yes.
You. Are you just you now?
Yes. I don't know. I hear them screaming as I read.
Yeah, it's bad out there.
Fucking fist. I swear they sent us
But
in
you
no-
attacked here.
What?
But you attacked it first. This is important.
Yes. I came in through this clearing and it was right there. We both made eye contact and I charged it without... I didn't know what it was gonna do.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna drop the little null.
Okay, it drops and she goes, "What are you doing?" And brings her blade up as it starts to kind of pull back. What do you do?
There's something weird going on here. You see this? When did you ever see a null baby? When you raid in their camps? That's not how they work.
Of course they have kids. The world's gone mad.
I can agree there.
Most people are capable of reproducing. Most. Not everyone, but like, that's not uncommon. The last time I saw an old baby was about 4, 5, 10 days ago.
And where did you see them?
Near their camp.
They have a camp.
Well, sure.
All right.
And this one's talking about the community that resides in the far southern side of the woods. We used to trade with them, and then something happened. They got like this, and she gestures to the one that's dead on the ground. Violent and aggressive.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna kill the kid if it's not gonna look scared.
I'm glad.
She's a sword.
It is. What?
What's your name?
Me?
Yeah. You.
You know, you're not the first person to ask me that, and I feel like I didn't have a good answer last time either.
Uh-huh.
You called me little creature earlier. That works. I am. At least
Are you?
compared to the two of you. And compared to the cub, I'm actually like decently large.
You see the cub is now crawling up to the body and kind of starts, shaking. Sorry.
I'm looking for something.
I know.
You do.
Sure, everyone's looking for something.
Where do they find it?
Depends on what they're looking for.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I feel awful about this. I feel confused. And this is not what I want. I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Nods at the hobgoblin.
Where are you headed?
Not sure. That way.
Probably be better if we stuck together.
Sure. Like you said, the world's gone mad. What about you, little creature? I could use a guide. Are you
Oh.
busy? I'm looking for something. Interested in helping me find it?
Those were a lot of questions. I am busy, but I'm busy with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to follow, but I'm not
Okay.
going to guide, I don't think. That sounds like more than I need.
All right. Very helpful.
Yes.
Good.
Hobgoblin's kind of looking up at the sky. Which way are you going? Is it that way?
Northeast, I think. It was earlier.
It's the wrong direction. Alright. I'll follow you for a bit, but I'm trying to get back. Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate's north.
No.
What's your name then? I'm Lovelace.
Lovelace.
Sholvek.
Trollvek.
Nice. And we're just gonna leave the pups then.
Yeah.
She'll follow. Okay, so
I'm gonna let them do their thing, but before I leave, I'm gonna get down on my belly and like lay my head on the ground next to the pup, and in Knoll, I'll say, "Hey,
hey, kind of pushes away from you in the dirt. You gonna hurt me?
no, no, I'm not. Can you eat solid food yet?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that your mom's food now." Or dad, I didn't actually ask. You're a parent. Or maybe this is someone else entirely. This person whose body is lying here,
It's my
you
mom.
could probably eat them.
I'm not gonna eat my mom.
Okay. If you go out of the woods, you'll find more people like you, though.
They probably eat us.
Okay. Best of luck.
And they'll just crawl over and lay down on the body. You hear more rustling in the brush. See the other pups poke their heads out. Alright,
Okay. Well, I'm following Lovelace.
okay. Trot away as Lovelace and Sholvek go off into the forest. Alright, Lovelace, what's the plan?
Just walking away from my problems, making mistakes, not fixing them.
Okay.
What else is new?
Okay.
Just not even paying attention. Like earlier, I was like trying to like look around at my surroundings and now with other people around, it's just like more complicated. It's like I'm leading them somewhere and I don't know where I'm going. And so like even if there are pulses, I don't know if I can see them or like if they register. And I just
Sure.
am going the direction that I was going before, out of momentum.
Yeah, why don't you make a perception check at disadvantage with everyone with all these new people around in this traumatic moment that just occurred.
16.
You just start trotting off into the forest, hoping for the best. And little creature, you follow.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, the day goes on. As the day progresses and you start going more and more in the northeastern direction, eventually Sholvek does, when you take a quick break, Sholvek looks at you. I gotta make my own way. I'm too far away from my home.
You just got really quiet, Nathan.
I gotta make my own way. Is this better? I gotta
Yeah,
make
now I
my
can
own
hear you.
way. I'm going too far from home.
Good luck.
Thanks for the help.
I regret it.
Probably would have killed you if it had the chance. She'll turn and start walking due north. And now it's just
Out-
you. Yeah, go ahead.
Out loud, I say, I should have known. Flaming Fist. You know, one who wears the icon.
I think it would be painful to have your fist on flame.
Yeah, for everyone involved.
I suppose it depended on what you did with your fist.
Yeah.
If you stuck it in someone else's face, then sure, yeah. But like,
Would you do that with a fist? No.
And I stick my fist up that, you know,
It does
reaches
not reach-
Lovelace's sternum or something.
yeah, I'd do that. I wouldn't actually if it was on fire. I'd go find water because that's the reasonable thing to do.
Yeah, you can also try to smother it.
Yeah.
Stop, drop, and roll. You know that?
Stop, drop, and null. No, I don't.
Stop, drop, and null.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Where are you
I don't
going?
understand you. I don't know. That way. You ever seen a tree? Like a silver tree?
Like an aspen?
No. Okay. I think you'd know if you
Okay.
knew.
Okay.
What do you know?
Oh God. So you want me to list everything? We're gonna be here for a while.
Okay. Yeah, we're walking for a while. Why don't you list things until I tell you to stop?
Oh, okay. Let's see. The last person I talked to besides you and that other person and then the pup, and then I didn't actually really talk to the grown up, I guess. But there was this squirrel. He said his name was Randolph. And he was just, you know, minding his own business. And I came up to him and asked him if he had seen you. And he said, no, he hadn't seen any centaurs, let alone you. And so I was like, okay, well, thanks. Have a great day. And then I kept going. And then I ran into the knolls.
Pull up.
Well-
You were looking for me?
Yeah,
Well, why were you looking for me?
it seemed like a good idea.
How did you know about me? I'm asking you a lot of questions.
Well, you just know sometimes, right?
No. Yeah. Yeah, actually.
So I found you.
All right.
And here you
Here I am.
are. Yeah. And I'm here too now. So everything's going to be okay.
Okay. Okay.
Do you want me to keep listing things?
Sure. Okay. And we can like zoom out
Sure.
there if we want.
Yeah.
Just like on you, just like da, da, da,
Yeah,
da, da, da.
as you start walking through the forest, we see Lovelace trotting along with this tiny little goblin with the big flower on the head, walking next to her, and we just pull back and hear little creature's voice prattling on, listing off
Such different vibes. than with
experiences of the
Ida.
day.
Such different vibes.
And as we pull back, we see the canopy of the forest and kind of hear the soft sound of birds. With this somber day coming to a close, despite the bit of levity that has been brought to us. Okay. Well,
I can't believe you did that to us.
sorry.
Me. I knew it was a bad idea. I knew it was a bad idea. Oh,
Oh man, Olive. Nathan humanizes everyone.
I'm sorry.
the gnolls were supposed to be the
I know.
ones that weren't humanized. How dare you humanize the ones
I know.
that sucker punches you when you do?
No.
Oh,
Well, maybe we'll find out more next time. Thank you everybody for joining us tonight. Thanks for bearing with us with the technical difficulties. That was God. But yes, as Olive pointed out, it makes us, it lets you know that we're human. We're definitely human and we make mistakes.
even if we're gnolls, we can make mistakes, and we don't deserve to die for it. Don't make decisions based on race and class, kids, when the consequences are violence.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Can't wait to see you all next week. Can't wait to continue Lovelace's arc and see where this goes.
I had so
Bye.
much fun with her.
I'm excited for Little Creature. Okay, bye.
Me too.